right, welcome back to the D&D show. I am your host Drew. I'm here with my co-host Dre, and we got a special guest, my little bro. Mamba's on. We are on to talk about hoops. This is all hoops podcast. Get into hoop season of the year. Football's starting to whittle down. So and finish off with the Super Bowl in a couple weeks. So.
Football season ended for some of us,
Yeah.
earlier, but
Yeah.
But
Those birds fans out there.
we're all still fans of football, so we'll still watch it. I think most of us will.
speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I know last year, or was it last year? No, I watched last year because I knew the Eagles would put that hurting on the Chiefs. But I mean, honestly, it's gotten to a point. There's actually nothing worse than being a fan of a good team, and this is gonna sound like kind of like pretty privileged a little bit, but like, I mean, Drew, I mean, I feel like you feel like this way with the Yankees, but like when you have expectations that your team's gonna be good, there's nothing worse because you don't want to watch other games, you don't want to watch other teams be successful. You want to watch your team be successful, and then they're bad. It's like, I mean, why bother? So it's like I'm at this point with football, especially with the Ravens. So in case that's not clear, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, and I think I checked out of the season probably around Thanksgiving. I mean, when the Bengals like put it on us at home in a game we needed, I mean, I was like, these guys aren't serious, and it wasn't going to get better from there. And the season ended the way it ended. So, but this isn't a football pod. That I just need to get that off my chest. That the big game is not guaranteed. I might watch it, but it might be like I might have a Super Bowl party. People have Super Bowl parties where people are there to hang out. They're not there to watch the game. So it might just be one of those this year. Let's see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, yeah. There's definitely some privileged stuff, but when you're a fan, you're gonna act like that a lot of times. I have to deal with this online with Eagles fans being disrespectful and ungrateful. We've had 2 Super Bowls in our history, and we got people crying and complaining. So,
I mean, did the second one hit as much as the first one? I don't know if you've spoken about that.
It was definitely more because the first one was more like it was a shock. We never expected it. It was a backup quarterback. It was and it was like so long. Let's just get one. But the second one hit way more because there was expectations. We had been to the Super Bowl 2 years before. It was we were playing the team that broke our hearts 2 years ago. It was revenge. It was way different, and we were heavily invested in the players, like especially the quarterback because we drafted him, and so it was a lot different.
Yeah, winning is addictive, honestly, Like you get one of those. I know I've had 2 in my lifetime, and so they're so rare in sports championships that you can't take it for granted, but I would be okay if the Ravens didn't win one for the rest of my lifetime. Like that sounds crazy,
It's crazy talk.
but there's like so many people that will probably literally never see their team win one. You gotta feel like a level of like, yeah, like it's done. Job finished, as Kobe said, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But we could get into the basketball talk for sure.
Yeah,
let's switch gears.
As we always do, how's it going? How's it going, Dre?
Yeah.
You know me, man. Blessed and highly favored. Things are going good over here. Getting into the routine, with a new baby. Y'all might have heard her screaming in the background. Hopefully y'all didn't, but I think she all right now. I think she calming down. But blessed, man, blessed. Bills getting paid, people getting fed. Like we're good. We can't complain.
I meant to text you this. You still got them little lotions you gave away on the baby shower? Them joints was so fire, bro. That's the lotion I ever had.
Hey, you know what? Remind me after the call. I'll see if Ashley still got him hanging around. Cause
I'm too cheap to pay for no expensive lotion. But that is the greatest lotion I've ever had. I still haven't used it because I've been dabbing it. I do a little dab.
She's like,
so I don't use it all.
I gotta savor this so I don't run out.
Incredible lotion.
Oh
I'm great
gosh,
cooking.
man.
I'm great cooking with my job. Everything's going well. You said I built my structure, my database, and everything is set now. So I'm kind of rolling now. I'm kind of rolling and dealing with different things and talking to different people, and you know, I'm rolling. I love my job. I've been doing it for 5 years now, so it's great. What about
There
you,
you go.
Mamba?
I well, I don't even know how much I can talk about it, but I've been doing the creative stuff and the video editing lately. So we had a pretty big client this week that I got to edit for, a former athlete who has a podcast on YouTube. That narrows it down to 800 people, but this guy's a big deal, I'll say. So I hope we get this, and it would be great because that would be a game changer for me right now.
Exposure,
So
right? Yeah.
great, yeah,
Yeah.
big time. And obviously, due to the current state of the my room around me, maybe people can tell that I just moved. So this is a new office for me, a new setup, and so that's been a big change this week. So it's been crazy, but what's been really surreal, I just turned in my apartment keys today. It's really like, man, I was there for getting married and all these other things, and now this is the home that will be the first place that my kids live. That's kind of, so it's so it's been a whirlwind this past year. Ever since I got fired, honestly, life has been so much better, which isn't not it was a blessing in disguise kind of thing. You get stuck in a place that you're not meant to be and you're not doing your calling, then that can be very draining. But I've been so blessed to have a really supportive wife who's a boss at her job and has let me take a step back and really figure out some of my own shit with the creativity. So yeah, everything's good. I'm excited for this, man. I'm excited to do this. So let's get into it.
So, as I mentioned before, we're going to do all hoops on this pod. We're going to start off, we're going to talk about All Star Weekend and all that comes with that. And then we'll go to trade rumors. And then we'll finish it off talking about the standings and how we see this season playing out. All right?
Cool.
All right. So, All-Star Weekend. That is, I always remember, because it's around Mom's birthday, around some people.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. It's not a thing for me or people like me, but I know it is for y'all. But All-Star Weekend's coming up in a couple weeks. The Eastern Conference, we got Giannis, we got Jalen Brunson, we got Maxey, Jalen Brown, and Cade Cunningham.
And just to clarify, these are the starters.
The starters.
It's only the starters that have been released, right?
Have been announced.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then for the Western Conference starters, we got Steph Curry, we got Shea, we got Victor Wembanyama, we got Luka, and then we got Joker. All right. So first thoughts on just the the starting the starters, and I think they got.
I would say since we have a couple of first timers in here, I think there's 4 first time starters in here. I want to talk first about Dre's guy, Cade, getting his first All-Star start. I mean, he's having a hell of a year. So, I mean, Dre, how do you feel? That Cade is a player that I watch from afar and have coveted. But how is it to see him become a star in real time?
Yeah, I mean, the big story with Detroit obviously is seeing our record a couple years ago where we couldn't get a win to now we're the number 1 team in the East. And for a coach to turn that around in 2 seasons is ridiculous. So that's my take on the Pistons. And my take on Cade is he's been there through all of that, he's seen his team literally not being able to get a win. And now we get on the court and we feel like we're the best team on the floor against anybody we play against, which is just crazy. But yeah, his growth, because sadly, I guess similar to what you were saying earlier, it's hard to watch the sport when your team's not playing well, bro. It's hard. So it was hard to watch the Pistons for the last couple of years. I mean, it's been more than a couple of years that the Pistons haven't been competitive. So it's been hard to watch. So now, the last couple seasons that they're more competitive, it's exciting. It's fun to watch. But watching Cade grow and looking into how athletic he is, how great he is getting to the rim, also being a distributor when he needs to be, and just continuing to like work on his jumper to get even better at that. Like it's an easy lock in start for the All Star. I mean, I don't know how they do the votes, but to me, like if you're looking at the progress of the team to go from where they were to get first place in the East, like you have to reward somebody on that team with the All Star selection, and Cade had to be the guy. So yeah,
And I don't think, yeah, I don't think Cade will be the only dude either on that team that's going to get a nod. Like, I feel like Jalen will probably be the other guy that definitely gets a nod.
I can see it. I can see it. For him, you, you're probably always the most critical of your own team, but for him, I think last year he kind of let us down defensively because I still think we could have won that series against the Knicks. But I think he's improving. He's not on Stewart's level defensively. I got to say that Stewart's an excellent defender, outstanding.
They give him a lot of
But
tough assignments too. I mean, the other night I saw him. They put him on Jaylen Brown for a couple possessions by himself. Like
straight
they leave him
athlete,
on an
man.
island. Honestly,
He's tough. He's tough. He's like everything because it's funny watching Cat. I'm gonna pick on the Knicks fan, but it's funny watching Cat and knowing how effective he is like as a scorer and everything. And I'm like, bro, body type wise, you're not that much different than Stewart. Like, why is Stewart like this elite defender and you are literally a liability out there? It's crazy to think like y'all the same size, but lateral quickness and all that stuff Drew and I talk about all the time. Like it's a cone drill when you're playing against Cat, and it's not the same when you're playing against Stewart or even Duran. So
we'll get to Cat too. We'll get to Cat. in a little bit.
I know we gonna have to talk about him later
We'll
on
get to Cat.
for sure. But yeah, I'm glad y'all gave me the space to talk about Cade, man. I love the way this podcast is starting off. But yeah, he's a great player, and the Pistons right now like have a great roster, and I'm gonna bring it up a little later when we talk about the trade deadline. But there's one player who I kind of have my eye on that's like probably not gonna go to the Pistons, but I think he'll be perfect, and like I think we'll be talking championship if we get this player. But I'll save that for a little later.
Yeah, I just want to add to the Cade discussion and the Detroit thing. I mean, like 2 years ago, it was 28 games like straight losing, and for this same like the same group to be in this position now, where they're number one in the East. I mean, it's not too dissimilar to the turnaround that like Indiana just pulled off by winning the Natty. Like I don't know that Detroit is there where they'll be in finals conversations, but obviously like an Eastern Conference Finals isn't out of the question given the path that they're going to have to get there. As the number one seed.
Yep.
And like Detroit is just a franchise and a team that they were in the wilderness for a little bit there, but I mean they've got a proud history. They're kind of one of these underrated winning franchises where it's not the glitz and glamour of LA, not to besmirch some of the other people on this pod, but like they get it a grit, a grimy kind of way. So I think that's like been the identity of the team. And honestly, this is the perfect kind of Detroit team with the way that they do it defensively on that side of the ball and the deliberate pace at which Cade plays with. I mean, the way he orchestrates it, he's not Isaiah Thomas. I'm not going to say that, but this is like the way that he is the focus point of the offense and the
like
number
the
of
modern
assists
version,
that he gets. I mean, he's a modern guard, so he's big. He plays at his own pace, and he gets everybody involved. And he's not like he's a guy that can get you a bucket when he needs to.
For sure.
Yeah. So there's some other first timers on here. But Drew, I want to get your thoughts too on somebody that stands out here from the All-Star starters. No, LeBron James was one that some people were. That's 22 straight years, right, of him being a starter, and this is the first one like in 2 decades. So I mean, speak to that. I mean, LeBron and the Lakers and the Luka of it all, obviously.
No shock with LeBron. LeBron was missed basically. I don't know, 20-something games.
Missed too much time. Yeah, that's like half.
Yeah.
He hasn't been playing, if he would have been playing, he would have been an all-star starter. Just to
Do you? I
let
mean,
everybody know, it's 50%
yeah.
fans, 50%, 25% media, and then 20%
Okay.
players.
Yep.
Okay, so you got 50% fans and players, so a lot of those people don't take it serious. So that's why you got to throw the media in there. Apparently, they supposedly take it more serious than other people. And then I think the other things is coaching. I think the coaches do
The coaches,
Oh,
the
the
coaches do
coaches get
decide
votes.
as well.
for the rest of the rest.
But I mean, fans is 50% of the vote, and I mean, LeBron's still the logo right now. I mean, there was that year Kobe got it, and he didn't even really play. Like, I think he probably missed also like 20 games or something like that. So I mean, there is like a precedent for like still being the man, still being the face of the league, and you get in. But I mean,
I don't think it was a beginning of the year thing with Kobe. I don't think Kobe missed LeBron missed the whole beginning of the season. Like, he missed the whole half. I don't remember that ever happening to Kobe. Like, he hasn't been in people's minds, so that's kind of what it was. LeBron would have made it if he would have been played enough games. So he's putting up pretty great numbers.
Yeah.
So
what about Luka here then?
Luka, obviously Luka is leading the league in scoring, and he deserves to be a starter. And it's interesting they have him listed as a front court player because they don't do position, so that doesn't matter. He's clearly not a front court player.
Yeah.
They just had to put somebody up there.
The NBA just be doing silly stuff. That's not a thing anymore. So, but
is there some secret body shaming going on there? Maybe are they trying to say something?
yeah, maybe.
That's childish, man. That's
Are they trying to say something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We were talking about Cat just a little earlier. Cat's got the same thing that Luka has, where his feet get stuck in the mud. It looks like he's got on ankle weights.
You said ankle weights, yes, yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
His feet get kind of stuck when he moving around. So that's my only thing with Luka. He can't move his feet. He might have lost some weight, but he's still slow, and his start and stop and his motor is just not what it should be for a superstar. But we'll get into the structure of the team and all that when we get to talk about at the end about the standings. I want to talk about my guy, Tyrese Maxey.
Okay. Talk about it.
I don't know if I guess Mamba's on this one, but I talked about Maxey when he first got here, and I'm gonna tell you when I knew Maxey was the one. I saw this promotional video with Maxey because I don't watch college basketball. I saw this promotional video that Rich Paul and them, because he's apparently a Rich Paul.
He's a clutch agent. Okay.
I saw a video of him doing a workout, and I'm like, this dude is incredible. Like, literally doing a workout, behind the dribble, pull up threes, like, just easy. Like, he looked incredible in this workout. I saw that video, and I said in our chat, I'm like, this dude, Maxey, he's going to be the next one. I knew he was going to be a superstar. Always knew from the beginning, before he even started playing the game in the league, because of that video. It was an incredible video. They did the promotional. Whoever did that video did a hell of a job, because I was convinced he was a lottery pick based off of that.
He's like, I would have drafted him. Off the video alone.
And he's a baller. He's a bucket getter. He's a star. And always knew he's going to take over that team. He's a star.
He's tough.
He's gonna be.
It's been a very quiet storyline, but obviously, like, it's no longer Embiid's team. Like, it's 100% Maxey at this point.
Yeah.
This man.
I don't know if. Yeah, I don't know if that's shocking necessarily, because I mean, it is what it is with Embiid. We kind of we don't expect him to play at the point. Yeah, so it's like Joel's missed 18 games this season already, so as far as like all NBA, he wasn't really in the conversation. He's probably not going to be in the conversation. Maxey, definitely a guy who's going to be in the all NBA conversations this year. Yeah, I mean Tyrese. Yeah, and he could play a little defense. He's a guy. I just don't like Philly in general, just as a culture and as a team. And I think when we talk about the idea of tanking in the NBA, I mean, obviously they're the biggest perpetrators of this and all of us have to suffer because of Sam Hinkie. But I mean, Maxey is just undeniably, he's a great player. And like with another young player, VJ Edgecombe, who we'll bring up later too in this discussion of All-Star Weekend. I mean, they've got a lot of great pieces, but they also are like half man, half robot right now between, the healthy young guards and Maxey and VJ and Joel Embiid and, playoff P, So it's like, yeah. I mean, the ceiling of this team is probably not something you could believe in, but they're exciting, obviously, with Maxey in there.
Yep. And my last thing about the All-Star Weekend and I guess the starters here. I guess not the weekend because we're going to talk about the dunk contest after this.
Yeah.
I will say that I'm very, very happy to see it, and it's very inspirational that the 37-year-old Steph Curry is still a starter in the NBA All-Star game, and he's still balling.
He's still balling.
He's still an incredible player. What we're witnessing with Steph Curry is something we need to appreciate. He's amazing.
I saw a clip of how they were guarding him the other night, maybe a couple nights ago, and I'm like, this is ridiculous, bro. He almost 40. Like, y'all can't just be hugging him the entire time up the court because y'all don't want him to get the ball. Y'all don't even want him to touch the ball. Like, this is crazy. And he was like, yeah, that's not basketball, but yeah, he's a ridiculous player. Before we move on to anything else, I did want to bring up something maybe a little controversial. So Giannis, I think, how much do you guys think winning should weigh in on All-Star votes? Like, should it be really important?
Like
0%.
Honest.
So
Zero.
okay, so if someone on the Pacers right now was averaging 32 points, you think they would just get an All-Star vote, even though they're last?
I think
in the
if
East?
someone on the Pacers was averaging 32 points, they wouldn't be last in the East. But
I think they would. I don't think it matters.
The Pacers.
Because
I don't know how. Yeah, go ahead.
What I always bring up is Devin Booker, right? There was a couple years where he was all the Suns had, right, before they brought anybody in, and Devin Booker was balling, but the Suns were nowhere near the playoffs. And if you want to put him as an all-star because he's getting a lot of buckets on a terrible team, okay, great. Then we have to look at somebody like Michael Porter Jr., right?
I was going to say,
is Michael Porter Jr. an all-star player? Like, because the numbers would say, yeah, maybe he is, but his team is losing, like, consistently. And I know that's really on the organization and getting players around him, but I just don't like, and it's not as bad. Like, I'm being harsh on Giannis this year because I think Jalen Johnson is having a great season. He's not Giannis, but I think he's having a great season, and I'm like,
they're also
what does he have? They are a losing team, right? They are a losing team. But listen, if the season ended now, the Bucks would not be in the playoffs. The Hawks at least got a chance. They're literally a half game behind them. I know it's not a huge difference, but if we're voting, they're a playing team. But at least they still got a chance. The Bucks don't have a chance. The Bucks are done. Giannis is going home right now if the season ended. The Hawks aren't. And the Hawks also traded away their best player.
So you are right, and the reason why this happened was because of the formula. Because fans.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, like, that's what I say. That's why I wanted y'all opinion. Mama says, all right, he don't care about the record. Like, it's an all-star. Like,
I think that's two different conversations, though. If we're talking about, is Giannis still an all-star? Giannis is clearly still an all-star. I mean, it's Giannis and the Pips out there right now. But you brought up an interesting name. Is Michael Porter Jr. an all-star? That's a completely different conversation. I mean, Giannis is doing it as best as he can right now, and I want to bring up during the trade deadline, should we stop feeling sorry for Giannis? But is Giannis an all-star? I mean, Giannis is clearly still an all-star, and I think, I mean, his efficiency has just never been better. I mean, obviously, like, and his defensive impact is also still there. Like, so I think very clearly still an all-star, especially in the East. I can't abide by the idea that Giannis isn't an all-star.
He should be a starter.
That's where I'm at. I'm not saying he's not an all-star.
If the conversation is
make it a starter, like, and that's so I looked at the Raptors for a while, and I was like, the Raptors aren't getting any love in this all-star right now as far as the starters, and they actually have a good like winning record, you know. So I'm like, that's where I'm like, where does winning weigh in on this? Because if you're playing winning basketball, but you're scoring less points, like it's about winning. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, you gotta win games. Otherwise, the points don't really mean anything.
I think that's very team success like oriented, and I've never felt that the All-Star game was predicated on how successful your team is. Also, like, many of these teams, like, you know, the seasons can change, and I definitely think I would hope that the Bucks are in conversation to be in the play-in at least by the end of the season.
They will.
They could, but my thing is though, the vote is for right now. You know, like, because we can't see the games in the future, so we voted the starters for what they've done this season.
Okay, but if Giannis gets traded tomorrow to the Atlanta Hawks, who have the means to possibly do so, like, then his record changes and he'd be in a much better situation. I don't think
that's true.
Giannis playing with I don't think that we should punish Giannis for playing with Ryan Rollins and Kyle Kuzma. Like, I just don't think that that's the way that we should like judge all-stars.
But then yeah, I guess because my thing is, like, Michael Porter, right? Say we took Michael Porter and put him on
the Denver Nuggets.
I don't know. not the Nuggets, obviously. But that's the thing. No, but
that's the thing, though, because if we're having the conversation about, he's not an all-star.
He's not getting the shots. He's not getting the shots on that team. Yeah, so he's not getting the shots. It has to be a different team. Either way, it don't matter.
Either way, he's not an all-star. So that's a perfect
example.
Right. He's still not an all-star, even though he's
still not an all-star.
And when he was on a good team, putting up okay numbers, he wasn't an all-star.
There are not three players here in the East that I'm putting ahead of Giannis. And God love him, I'm not putting him ahead of Cade. As far as Cade's having a great season, but Giannis is still the player, one of the players in the league. And so I get the Bucks are bad this year, but I mean, come on. Like, Giannis was number one in the fan voting too for the East. So I mean, I think, and number two in the player voting.
Fan voted, so it don't matter.
It's fan.
I mean,
I would have put Mitchell. I would have started Mitchell over him, and I would have started Ingram over him. But, you know, that's just my view, because I value the team success does matter. Like, if you're not,
I'm not saying it doesn't matter at all.
To me, it weighs more than what people are voting for the starters.
I feel like that's
a big deal for the starters.
I feel like that's an all NBA conversation. If we get to the end of the season and we're like, who's all NBA, then maybe Giannis doesn't make first team. He probably won't make first team anyway. But I mean, for the all-star, like, we can't be really that sacred about it, especially for the starters, because this year with the format, it doesn't really mean anything. So.
All right. Anything else we want to talk about with All-Star Weekend? Let's talk about the dunk contest real quick before we move on. So the dunk contest has always been up and down and sketchy because, you know, obviously the stars don't want to do it, and we all know why. I mean, they're not getting paid enough money to do it, and they don't want the embarrassment of losing it. And missing dunks and whatnot.
Andre Iguodala, right? Remember his performance where he should have won and he lost, and that was it for him.
Yeah.
I think he lost to Nate Robinson.
Is it the embarrassment, you think? Okay.
All-Star.
He said started with LeBron.
So So LeBron did the dunk contest in if y'all remember in
The
high school,
McDonald's All American game, yeah.
and he did. But if you remember from that, all his dunks were generic dunks except for he just jumped super high. Okay, so he knew that when he got to the league, that wasn't going to win dunk contests. You
So
have
he
to
just
have
didn't do it.
some flavor. So he didn't want to do the dunk contest because he knew that he's not a flashy that type of dunker. He's more of a power dunker and an elevator. So and he's kind of got those like stiff hips, kind of. So he's not gonna do like little twists and whatnot in there, like a Ja Morant, like a guy like or something or somebody like that. So LeBron just to avoid the embarrassment of losing the All Star, the dunk contest, he just didn't do it, and other players saw the
Just
vision.
follow suit, right?
Like, no, everybody else just follow suit, and there's
Yeah,
been
I
no
mean
basically no stars since him.
I mean LeBron is like you said, the face of the league. Like people are gonna
Right.
follow him no matter what he does. People are gonna like follow his opinion and follow the way he does things. Like that's why he comes out and speaks when there's something crazy going on like in the world or anything like that because he knows like his voice carries weight. So
Yeah.
yeah, obviously it does, and I don't know, not getting paid enough, not I don't know. It's like for me, it's like why? Like how big was Shai's contract? Like
Shay?
300 million. Yeah, Shay. How big was his contract?
I don't know. He probably
Couple hundred million, right? How much are they gonna pay him if he joined the dunk contest? Like it's
yeah.
not worth it, bro. It's not
You
worth it.
guys think
It's
it's
not
you
worth it.
guys really think it's a money thing? I always felt like, and this is like, for me, the lore behind the dunk contest was always like a rite of passage for like the all-time great players. I mean, Michael Jordan probably brought the most juice to it, but then you had like all the way down the line through the 90s and the 2000s, it was star players, it was Vince Carter, it was Kobe, it was, and like dudes kept, it was Dwight, that was a great dunk contest.
Right.
And like, so I mean, the reason I wanted to talk about this, and you guys are right, like players definitely don't want to do it, but like the thing I saw was VJ Edgecombe talking about, nah, I'm good, I ain't want to do that. I don't know if you guys saw this, but he was
I think
asked
I
about
did.
this directly, and he's like very much like shitting on the idea of the dunk contest. I just feel like the last great player we saw, not the last like legitimate star we saw participate in this, I think was Donovan Mitchell. And maybe I'm like missing some years in between there, but like when Donovan won it, to me as a rookie, that was like when I became a fan of him, of like it's a showmanship thing. I mean,
Yeah.
dudes don't want to get embarrassed, sure. You're not getting paid money, sure. But like this is the platform, whether you do creative dunks or not, to like entertain. And that's the whole point of All-Star Weekend. So it's like disappointing to me, honestly. Not that like the stars don't want to do it, but that a young player like VJ Edgecombe, who hasn't done anything in the league, he's had a great rookie season, but he hasn't done anything in the league yet. Why is the dunk contest above you?
Yeah, I think it's I think it's a money thing to where especially if young players like VJ Edgecombe who looks like he has a real promising future, it's like
And is a great athlete.
one.
Like
Yeah,
he's
it
built
is
for the dunk contest.
he is. I think people are just falling out of love with it. I think people are running out of ideas. Like I think
And they're
most of the
afraid.
dunks that I think most of the dunks that people do
It's
now,
embarrassing.
like well, maybe embarrassment too, but I think most of the dunks people do now have been done before. So the
Well,
creativity I think is getting lost in it. So I think it's like not as special. Like I think there's a limit to how many different dunks people can do, and I don't know. It almost gets stale because people run out of ideas, and like you said, the stars aren't doing it. Like if LeBron was doing the dunk contest, he would have tons of eyes watching. You know what I mean? But it's not going to be LeBron. It's going to be Mac McClung and all those players that really.
That's
I think.
yeah.
I think. I
and
think when
he
they brought up
stayed with
McClung,
That's No,
Well, I
but
think when they brought up, hey,
no,
but listen, but remember the thing that was going on about McClung, right? They said, I think they said that he's made more in his dunk contest than he has made in the NBA, and that tells you all you need to know.
Yeah.
Like, bro was out there trying to make it. Nobody else is trying to make it. Like, so why are they doing this? And I think Drew got a point with the embarrassment thing. It's like, what do I have to gain from this? Like, I'm not gonna get that much popular, and I might lose. And I might lose some fans. I don't know. Like,
And you're gonna get destroyed online if you miss a dunk.
yeah, so it could go negative. Yeah, it could go negative. So
A
yeah,
white boy in a dunk contest.
it's like a lose lose. Yeah, it's like a lose lose situation.
There's
in
nothing
that
yeah.
in that case, yeah. So
Social media is too vile to risk it. Why risk it? You could lose a lot of money joining a dunk contest.
I mean, so should we be done with it? Because I feel like the alternative of like cracking the glass for Mac McClung once a year is like just not good for the long term. Like, but it's honestly, as great as Mac has been, like a G Leaguer being a 3-time dunk contest championship is bad for All-Star Weekend.
yeah, I mean,
like we're here to see the stars. We're not here to see a guy that's not on an NBA roster. So
that's true. But there's
gotta be a middle
professional
ground.
dunkers that are just better than NBA players at dunks, though. You know, like that's one of those things. That's one of those things. Like NBA players are the best in the world at playing basketball, but there's better dunkers than them. You know,
Yeah,
right?
You don't know them. You don't know them, and you don't want to see them. But there's people that are better. Like Drew always talks about the meritocracy thing. Like there's people that are better at dunking basketballs than LeBron James and the other NBA players in the league, but they're just better at the game. Maybe not Anthony Edwards. I don't know who's dunking like that guy, but yeah. But yeah.
So I mean,
John Morant wanted to do it. You know,
he did?
He was talking about doing it for a long time, and then
there's nothing stopping him from doing it.
Saw the
There's
embarrassment.
nothing.
He saw that what
He
happened.
should, bro. He should.
You think Ja is worried about being embarrassed?
Yeah,
You
I
think
think he
Ja
is.
Morant is worried about being?
I think so.
Come on,
I think
he has
think
no
he's already-
shame.
I think he's already embarrassed himself enough, right? Yeah.
Ja has no shame, bro. Come on. I mean, so I think if the solution is that players aren't going to do it, then we need to de-emphasize the dunk contest, and it's got to be like we have to hide it. Like it can't be like get rid of Sprite as a sponsor. Like nobody has the 10 signs anymore. Get rid of it. It's got to be like on a Thursday night, like the first event of the weekend on like TBS, you know, like we just can't have it because the way they have it set up now and the way it's always been is it's been the showstopper. It's been the main event for the night after like the 3-point contest and the skills competition. But I mean, if this is what it's going to be, like it's kind of just got to quietly go away. And honestly, I can't abide by the players just being like, oh, we don't want to do it because we don't want to get embarrassed. If that is the case, then these guys aren't real competitors. I'm gonna just say that.
I disagree. I think it's the perfect place. It's in the perfect place because back when I was growing up, yeah, I would stay up and all that. But now I can watch the 3-point contest and go to bed or go turn something on. To stay
You
up.
got it it's in the right
last thing at
spot.
10 o'clock.
It's in the right
It's at
spot.
8, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's prime time, baby. It's the perfect time. The event to watch is the 3-point contest. That's what I want to see. Prime time, 8
Yeah.
o'clock. That's the perfect.
It's-
The other things at like 9, 10 o'clock. I ain't trying to stay up to watch that unless Mac McClung puts on another show. Then
Well, so let's talk about embarrassment in the 3-point contest. Do you think there's not an embarrassment factor of being in the 3-point contest and you have a terrible round, like first round, you get knocked out immediately?
I don't.
Because you could just bring up the fact that it's not live and you're not used to shooting off a rack, and you can make excuses. They'll make excuses for you, like while they're watching.
Yeah,
They're
but
like,
you're also not
he's a way better off the dribble shooter. They'll be watching and be like, dang man, he's not in a rhythm because he's not off the dribble.
You're
Like,
also not.
You get beat in the dunk contest, you got to complain about the judges,
No,
bro. And that
but-
makes you look stupid. Like,
You're also not like dunking over a Kia, you know, in games. So I mean, like,
yeah.
the whole thing is constructed. I mean, I guess I'm more embarrassed for the guys in the 3-point contest, especially the dudes in the first round that clearly aren't supposed to be there.
Do
Like,
you remember those guys? I don't
Oh,
remember them.
Nah.
I mean,
You don't remember them. You don't remember those guys. You don't remember
I
them.
can't I can't pull the names immediately, but I mean, like, there's definitely dudes where it's like, why did you sign up for this, bro? You're like a career 33% 3-point shooter. This isn't your event. Get in the skills competition.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. All right. So let's move to trade deadline, trade rumors. We were just speaking about Ja. Might as well speak on some more about Ja.
Let's start with Ja.
I did say that there's no way that this man stays in Memphis by the trade deadline, but it looks like there's a possibility that they might not be able to find somebody to take him before the trade deadline. So,
Does that surprise you? Does that surprise you that there's not really like a market for Ja?
Yes, it does. It does to me. He's too good of a talent. I think that there should be some teams that want him.
Well, I mean, give me the teams. Give me the teams. I know Dre brought up Miami, and he was kind of joking when he did it, but
No,
that's actually a team that has. Yeah.
Okay, so I was joking, but at the same time, I'm like, that's the team he needs, but he doesn't need to be in Miami. That was the problem. That was my only problem. That was my only problem is that I think Eric Spoelstra will get him playing better and like focused in a team setting, and I think that's what he needs. Like if Popovich was still coaching, I say he'd be great at the Spurs. You know what I mean? But I think he needs a coach like that, but maybe not the city. Maybe he don't need to be in Miami. I don't think that's a good
You
look.
don't think that Pat Riley wouldn't like die off of a confrontation with Ja? Like after going through the whole Jimmy Butler thing, you don't think Ja would like maybe actually kill Pat Riley? Like having to deal with that might actually kill him?
Maybe, but if he could stay under Spoelstra's wing, I think he'll be all right. I think the coach makes a huge difference. And that's the only reason I brought that up. But there was no other team out there that I was like, yeah, they should get Joe.
Well, so I
That
mean,
should
by
work
all
out.
accounts, if we're gonna read the tea leaves on what Desmond Bain said, I mean, they got rid of the coach, and Ja wasn't responding to that guy, and it seems like what Desmond Bain says was, I'm sure everybody misses Taylor Jenkins around there. Like, I just feel like Ja at this point, I mean, I feel like Memphis is really not his only way out, but like if we're trying to find the next reclamation project for Ja Morant, like where he's gonna like build up his aura again, because he was on track to be face of the league,
Yes.
like very early in his career, an exciting high flying player that, played with reckless abandon. But I mean, there's just too much dirt on his name at this point. And
too much off the court stuff.
Yeah, too much off the court stuff. And I feel like even the attitude on the court, he brought the bazooka out again, guys. Like, we got to get some gun control on Ja of some sort. But like, there's just
This is American thing he's done.
This is America. This is America.
I'm honestly more shocked by how he sort of has retreated from this idea that he would be traded. And I think what he said the other day was that, they've basically gone, the reporting has changed from Ja wants out to, he's been intimating that I've never wanted to trade it. I'm loyal and all this other stuff. I feel like this is
threatening to send him to Utah or something. Probably what they did.
it wouldn't be a bad spot for him, honestly. I mean, yeah.
Send him to Sacramento. Sell him to New Orleans. They
Yeah.
can send
New
him
Orleans.
somewhere. So send him to Brooklyn. There's places that they can send him if they really want to be spiteful.
I think Sacramento's probably the one that makes the most sense. I mean, maybe not for Sacramento, but for Ja, it would make the most sense.
Deport him like they did Kawhi, right? Send him to Canada. Send him to the Raptors.
It worked out great for Kawhi. I mean,
It did.
I don't.
It did.
Yeah. I don't know. And the Grizzlies are in a bad spot right now. I mean, they're 11th in the West. But
which is not that bad considering what they've been through this year.
It's not that bad,
500.
but they were like, you know, a 2 seed not too long ago. I mean, it's gotten bad. It's gotten bad very quickly, and you know, they went from dancing on the Warriors and, you know, playing games, and now they're here at the bottom of the West, scraping to get into the play-in.
He was fine with the West.
He was fine.
I'm fine in the West.
He saw some things against OKC, and if he didn't get hurt, they might have taken them to 6 games. You know, the whole thing with them is ridiculous. I mean, I respect the bravado, but like, I mean, just a team that is definitely front running and imploding in real time. I mean, so as far as Memphis goes, I mean, getting rid of Ja is probably the right thing to do, but I mean, this is a bad situation they're in between him shipping out Desmond Bane already, and it seems like they would be on board with shipping out Triple J as well.
Yeah, they need to start over. They need to give it all these big salaries and start over. They're not going anywhere with that structure, those 7 pieces. So I don't know. I have no answers. Seems like no one has any guesses on Ja. So let's move on to Giannis. What do we think about Giannis?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say the question as I said earlier. I mean, is it okay to not feel bad for Giannis at this point? Because of like, not that he made the bed and he has to sleep in it, but like, you can't do the pump faking every time where it's like, oh, you know, I would love to play in a big market, and oh, I would love to stay in Milwaukee. Like, this is a bit of like, Giannis is like kind of has a wandering eye for a little bit now, and it's like, you have to request the trade. You've got to press the button if you want to do it. So I don't know, what do you feel like is holding him back? Either of you, I guess.
He seems like a family guy, and maybe that's his thing. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. I mean, he seems just like a family guy. He got his 1 championship, and then they blew up his team. Yeah, then he blew up his team, which was stupid, the next year. But, I mean,
they blew up his
I don't
team.
know.
He didn't blow up his team.
They blew up his team.
He didn't.
But
Yeah, that's the thing that was frustrating. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know. The Bucks, like,
But you guys didn't feel like
they were half a
when
game
they
out of the 10th spot, but it's just not great, man. It's not great. Like,
I mean, the problem was that the Bucks were a team that was old when Giannis got good, and like, Drew was an older player. Middleton is an old player at this point.
Yeah.
And Giannis, he's getting up there in age, but like, he's still in his prime. And so, like, this is something that I think is also sneaky, what we got to watch out for with the Timberwolves and with Ant. It's like, Ant is a great young player. He's not even 25 yet. But like, when Ant's really going to be good, like, Rudy Gobert is going to be gone. Julius Randle, sneaky old player. Like, he's going to be gone. Like, who's the next guy that you build around your key player, your franchise player? And I feel like the Bucks tried things, but obviously it didn't work out. I can't begrudge them for that, but like,
Yes, you can.
this was, well,
poor decisions after poor decisions. Why?
do you feel like the Dame thing was a poor decision?
Yes, it was a poor decision.
Which part of it? I mean,
First thing is, trading for Dame was a mistake. That was a mistake. The first thing, because that wasn't gonna get you over the top. And then the way they handled Dame was ridiculous. Basically, he got hurt, and they were like, "All right, you got hurt. We're shipping you out of here," essentially.
I mean, I feel like that was a mutual breakup because it felt like Dame didn't even really want to be there by the end of it. And he was not going to play for this whole year. Like, if anything, that the best thing for them was to get off of his money. But I mean, I felt like and maybe Dre feels differently too, but I felt like at the time of the trade that Dame was the right move because the year before the Bucks were in the playoffs, Giannis got hurt late in the season which has become a tradition at this point. And Drew Holiday and them boys got pantsed by the Heat. I mean, they got absolutely embarrassed. And as bad as it is, like that was still the championship core that got absolutely steamrolled by Miami in the first round. And it was really just a situation of we need to hold water until Giannis comes back.
So Dame got hurt. So they never really had a chance to see what Dame and Giannis could do in the playoffs because Dame got hurt before that.
I'm speaking.
They also traded Chris Middleton away.
Who was old and hurt?
And who was the other dude? Patrick Baldwin. Who's this? Patrick Baldwin Jr.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like what was that trade? That doesn't make any sense.
Who were they gonna get for Chris Middleton at that point? Because Chris doesn't play, man. Chris doesn't play. Chris is an old player. Right? He doesn't play. He has a lot of injuries. But I mean, before when they pushed the Dame button, like your only real move was to put Giannis with another like microwave scorer because Middleton couldn't carry that load anymore. And I don't think it was the wrong idea or the wrong process because, I mean, not what were their other options, but Dame was a really good option. If everybody was going to put him in a Miami Heat jersey, like why wouldn't the Bucks try to swoop in there and get him for the low price of Drew Holiday? Drew Holiday, who's a good player, who we all like, I'm sure, but like, is not at this point gonna like be a top 3 player for you to win a championship.
I didn't love when they got rid of Drew Holiday because I'm a defensive guy. That's what I do. So this man could guard 3 positions. Giannis can do the scoring. And okay, maybe you did bring in somebody like Kyle Kuzma to help you with the scoring side of things because he had a good couple seasons. So it made sense to try to get him in there. But to me, to go from Drew Holiday as your point guard to go to Damian Lillard, it's like night and day, bro. Dame is not a defender like Drew Holiday is. Like, why did you completely switch up your philosophy? And also, why did you go for a player that's like up there in age? And like, you can't predict injuries, obviously, but why didn't you go for a younger player if you're really trying to build for the future with Giannis?
I mean, we can't have it both ways though because Drew is also an old player
this year. He is. But you've seen the success with Drew, though. You know what I mean? You haven't seen it with Lillard, so you're risking it.
Dame, I feel like we're kind of like rewriting Dame's career. Dame went to a Western Conference Finals. Like Dame went toe to toe with the Warriors.
We just claimed that you just claimed that he wasn't good enough and that they traded him away because they needed to he wasn't going to play.
Because he was hurt. Because he tore his Achilles.
Then you wait a year and try it again the next year. Like,
I mean, this year's lost though. Regardless, I don't
give up. They gave up on Dame. Like, especially without a better option, you just gave up.
For those who want to know, Damian Lillard and Drew Holiday are the exact same age.
Yeah, that's another thing. So, the age thing is not a factor. They claim that this was about Dame's.
I also don't think that Dame made them that much worse of a defense because if you have Giannis and Brook Lopez at as your front court, I mean, yeah, just like we need competent defenders. We didn't need Dame to be.
I can assure you,
we didn't need Dame to be Drew Holiday.
But Drew Holiday was guarding like 1 through 4 though, 1 through 3 at least. Like he could. Drew Holiday was Drew Holiday is like he was like top 5 defenders in the league to me at one point. Like he could guard everybody. That's the thing. And Dame struggles against guards.
Okay, but this is the thing though. This is exactly my thing. When Giannis went down for it was like game 3, I want to say, first round against the Miami Heat, and Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton had to keep the ship steady to just wait a couple games for he got absolutely abused by Jimmy Butler. Like that's not the guy who's a defensive stopper. That you also need to score points at that.
Do you think Dame would have done better though? Yeah, Jimmy Butler's tough, but do you think Dame would have done anything with Jimmy Butler?
I think Dame would have went score for score with Jimmy Butler, but also we wouldn't be putting Dame on Jimmy Butler. So I mean,
that's my point though. You could switch. You could have multiple people that Drew Holiday can guard. Dame's got to guard the smallest guard out there and hope he doesn't get cooked.
The Bucks are. I feel like the Bucks aren't where they are because they de-emphasize the defensive side of the ball. I think they wanted to sort of add more offensive punch because their second best scorer and not for nothing, but Chris Middleton is the guy that they go to at the end of the games when they needed a bucket. Giannis isn't the guy that you want holding the ball under 2 minutes because they're just going to foul the hell out of him.
He can't shoot. Yeah, he can't shoot.
So like, I would say
that wasn't what happened. It was Drew, Chris, and Giannis. That wasn't what happened. That's not how they won the title. People don't remember. Drew Holiday was like clutch. He was super clutch.
He was great in their finals runs. But they had, this wasn't a knee jerk decision though. The Bucks had like a couple of postseason runs where this sort of defensive first mentality didn't get them anywhere after they won that title. Yeah, they didn't sniff the finals appearance again. Well,
so how did Giannis respond when they traded Drew Holiday? Anybody remember that?
I mean, Giannis
he was excited for
the high road.
He was excited for Dame. Are we serious?
They fired
when they traded Drew Holiday, they fired the coach. That's what happened.
They fired their coach after they had been to like the Eastern Conference Finals like the year before, or they might have lost in the final, or whatever it was. That team was highly successful way before they actually won a championship. It wasn't like they weren't that close. They were close to winning a championship.
Yeah, because Middleton was balling. Yeah, because Middleton was balling.
It was Drew Holiday.
Yeah. I'm a big Drew Holiday fan. I love Damian Lillard too because bro, like after Steph, like bro was like one of the best shooting point guards of all time. Like he's crazy. But I was a huge Drew Holiday fan because when he went to the Bucks, like they weren't winning that championship without him. He was crazy. But I don't know. I don't hate the trade for Dame. I get it because they needed the offense and he's instant offense and injuries are just unlucky. But to me, I don't think that was the right decision if you were going to try to win a championship that next year because you're changing your identity completely going from Drew Holiday to Damian Lillard. That was my biggest thing. Just that. You change your identity completely.
And you turn Chris Middleton into Kyle Kuzma. Like you talking about defense. This is the doubling down thing is doubling down on. I don't care about defense.
I'd say where they went wrong was that they should have traded Middleton before they traded Drew Holiday because you could definitely still count on Drew Holiday to be playing games, but I feel like you probably aren't going to get that much for Chris Middleton anyway. So I mean, they're in a bad spot. But I don't know. I feel like Giannis has to just wait it out at this point. Like I actually don't think that
Giannis is a hostage. So
he's not a hostage. He can leave anytime he wants.
No, he can't.
And also,
he is under contract. He is a hostage.
No. I mean, Manny's been watching a bunch of yeah, exactly. So, in the words of Don Draper, that's what the money's for. Okay, like nobody is forcing him to be there. Like,
yes, he is forced to be there. He is under contract. They can sue him if he leaves.
They can sue him. They can trade him. You don't think though if they'd get an absolute king's ransom for trading Giannis? And I mean, it would not be like the Luka thing because they would get a bunch of bidders and put together.
Well, it can't be the Luka thing because we all know they're trying to trade him. No one knew about Luka.
I don't think that. I don't.
behind
I have. I have no. I think the Bucks are perfectly fine being a terrible team with Giannis filling the stadium every week. I have no reason to believe that they are inclined to trade him for any reason other than that he would want to leave.
They have told him that he's a hostage. Yes, and they're not trading him. Yeah, it's true.
So you feel bad for Giannis?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay, there.
He's stuck in Milwaukee. Yeah.
I mean, we answered it then.
Well, is he? I don't know. For me, it's like, is he under contract with Milwaukee? You got a contract with him? I don't feel bad for him. He's making millions of dollars. Like, bro, like you're making $1 million. You're under contract. Like, don't sign the contract if you want to be in Milwaukee.
A player like that should be trying to win. He should be in contention to win championships every year.
He should.
It's a
absolutely
disrespect to his
should.
career and his greatness that he's stuck in this situation where his team he's an unserious franchise. It's like the
He
Clippers.
absolutely should.
Unserious
Sign
franchise.
sign 1-year contracts, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Like, sign a 1 year.
You ain't passing up on $300 million.
Yeah.
Sign a 1 year. That's what I'm talking about. So if he wants the money, then he got to stay in the contract. I'm sorry, like I don't know what to tell you. Like you want me to sympathize for somebody that's making $300 million? Like, come on, man. I don't feel that bad. I'm sorry.
The only
But
thing
anyway.
that upsets me about Giannis is the whole we didn't, it's not a wasted year because we didn't win a championship. No, it is a wasted year.
I remember that. I remember that interview. He was like,
loser mentality.
Drew.
No,
Drew,
that's a loser
did you-
mentality.
Did you get promoted this year, Drew? Drew, did you get promoted this year? Isn't that what Giannis said?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
Oh man.
Any last thoughts? We're gonna
Yeah.
talk about Cat, and then we're gonna move to standings.
Well,
But yeah, so all right, so let me just say this real quick. So the one person that I was saying that I think the Pistons, that would be great for the Pistons. I don't know what we would have to give up to get this guy. The Nets suck, so maybe we can get a steal. But Michael Porter Jr. on the Pistons, to me, makes a lot of sense. We need the extra shooting. We have insane scoring in the paint, and if you add like a great shooter like that to the outside, who's gonna stop us? That's the way I see it.
you guys
right now,
need to add a dude. You guys don't need to add a dude that's not an all-star.
I don't. Well, I think we do, because I think we need the extra shooting. Like, I think Duncan Robinson adds that extra shooting for us. He's actually been hot lately. He's getting us like 4 threes a game lately. But he's also, everybody knows Duncan Robinson, like, what's his weakness? Defense. Michael Porter might not even be the best defender out there, but he can defend better than Duncan Robinson, and he can rebound the ball too. So, with that being said, if we give his minutes, like Duncan Robinson's minutes, to Michael Porter Jr., like, literally you can't clog the paint when Cade's driving. You can't clog the paint on our pick and roll. Like, that elite kind of shooting, like, it's rare. He have to obviously be okay with stepping into a role where he'll probably be the second option, honestly, on offense, if you think about it, because, like, yeah, we have some players that can score, but none of them are just like, okay, I'm gonna just go get a bucket. So he's gonna get a lot of shots if he plays for us, and I think he just helps our offense more, because there was games, I think against the Lakers, we had like 70 points in the paint. Like, if you add in a little bit of 3-point shooting, really can't stop us. But that's all I gotta say. Like,
I think
in a perfect world,
you need to watch more of him before you.
I think I need to watch more.
You need to watch more. He is.
You want me to watch him in Brooklyn? Because I only need to see him like on the Nuggets, where he's literally just shooting shots. Like, I'm okay with that.
There's a reason why the Nuggets didn't want him no more.
In addition by subtraction.
And sent him away.
Yeah.
There's a reason why.
And
you would not like watching him.
No, and sure. Not for nothing. The Nuggets have not missed a beat without Michael Porter Jr. Dare I say?
Well, that's because Jokic
better
is
team without.
That's because
no.
Jokic is
No, 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 no,
ridiculous,
no.
bro.
No.
Jokic
Hold
is
on,
a
hold on.
different player, and
Jokic
Murray's
hasn't
been playing well too, right?
Jokic hasn't been
And Murray's been
playing
playing
the
well
past
too, right?
couple of weeks. No, but Jokic has been gone the past couple of weeks, and the backups have been in there, and they have stepped up. And this was never the case in many years past. I mean, the Nuggets are a much deeper team and a better team without Michael Porter Jr. I would say my biggest issue with what you said about him being, I mean, obviously he's a better defender than Duncan Robinson.
He's a what?
He's a better defender than Duncan Robinson. I would say
that's
that
debatable.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. You haven't watched Duncan Robinson. You haven't watched enough Duncan Robinson, bro.
Let's all
Okay.
Let's all
He's
agree
just-
that Duncan Robinson isn't a high bar for defensive. Like he's an effort
not.
player on defense.
He's not.
He's not a
He's not.
defensive
He's
stopper.
an effort guy, though.
Yes.
He is an effort guy, but it's like
You can't
if
say
you
that
put
about Michael
him.
Porter Jr.
Okay.
He's not an effort guy.
Take it away.
I can't, bro. I can't. I wouldn't say that either. But I think the culture of the Pistons have changed, and I think give him like 10 games with the Pistons, and his effort will be better.
If you're
I think effort is a. That's what I'm saying. I think effort's a coaching thing. If you watch the Pistons, nobody on their team goes in the game and doesn't give effort. Do I think they'll completely change him to like a whole different Michael Porter? No, but I think for him, because the thing that Duncan struggles with is literally getting his shot off because he's not that athletic, he's not that quick. Michael Porter just pulls up in people's face, which I'm okay with because if he's having a tough game, the coach is either going to bench him or Cade's just not going to pass him the ball. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Cade controls that, and the other guards control that. If bro just wants to keep chucking up shots and he's taking bad ones, we just don't have to pass him the ball or he can get on the bench.
See, this is a problem. This is a problem because this is exactly the exact reason he got shipped out of Denver. Like Denver needed him to be the exact player that you're describing him to be, and he was not good in his role. Like he wasn't an on-ball creator, and spot-up wise, he's spotty.
We don't need the on-ball creator. Yeah, we don't need that because we got the ball handlers. Like we just need a shooter. And to me, it's an upgrade going from Duncan Robinson to Michael Porter Jr. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I do need to watch him more. But to me, it's an upgrade because you get the rebounding. You would obviously get better defensively because you can't get really much worse than Duncan Robinson on defense. Like I've been watching him this year, Drew. It's bad, bro. It's bad. The effort is there. I will give you credit. The effort's there, but bro cannot. He's just not a good defender, bro. He's not great.
Just like I tell the homies, man. Look. I tell the homies this too. Like, look. At the end of the day, look. She's a horrible person, right? She is a perfect 10, though. So if you think that you can fix her, then that is your choice.
Got some things to correct. I got you.
She got the looks. She can hit a 3. All right, but there's nothing else there. There's no character, none of that. So be careful what you wish for.
I think
3 and
I think the culture could. I think the culture could impress him, and hopefully
he was just
because I think at the Nuggets. Yeah, I know, but I also think at the Nuggets, other than Aaron Gordon, no one really cared about playing defense. Like Jokic was not a good defender. Murray
Kentavious
didn't really
Pope
lock anybody down. Okay, I'll give KCP, but it was mainly just Gordon that was defending, right?
No.
It was
or am I tripping? In that championship run?
Brucey B.
Oh yeah, he was a good defender too. He was a good defender.
Yeah,
he came from Detroit. Yeah, you're right. They had a couple guys. But to me it's like when the stars, Braun. But to me it's like when the stars of your team aren't like great defenders, I feel like that shapes like your team as a whole.
Yeah,
and Murray and Jokic, I don't see as great defenders.
Jamal Murray is not a bad defender. Jamal Murray's just small.
New York Knicks. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think
let's move on, bro. Let's move on.
Second scorer either. You don't want him as
Who,
your second
Porter?
option either. Yeah.
Michael
Yeah.
Porter?
You don't
Yeah,
want
we
him
don't really
because
have.
he's not a championship level player as your second option. He's not.
Absolutely not.
I mean, so he needs to be third. So
Yeah,
we
he's
need
got
to
to
go
be
to.
third or
So
more,
we got to
or
go to.
fourth.
So we
Yeah.
got to. So we got to go to Duran more, and he gets less volume shots. So that's the thing. You have to convince him that, hey, we're gonna win a championship with you on the team, and you have to. Because that's the thing. We have Tobias Harris right now, right? Tobias Harris is not
Yeah.
going to put up the numbers to me consistently shooting wise as Michael Porter Jr. So if we give those minutes to Michael Porter Jr. is more of a threat, and even if he doesn't get the shot volume, he almost demands that respect that you gotta guard him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just makes it easier on Cade because my weakness that I see with the Pistons from time to time is floor spacing. They're elite, get into the basket and getting hoops on the inside, but the floor spacing is what hurts. And you'll often see Duncan Robinson get subbed in because we need the spacing. And it's great. It works out. It gives us the spacing. Cade has room to drive, but Duncan Robinson is not athletic enough to be able to get his shot off consistently. And in the NBA, sometimes you got to make contested shots. Duncan Robinson, not super athletic, gets his shot blocked every once in a while because he's not fast or quick like Curry coming off screens to where he's just knocking down jumpers. Like he, for the most part, needs people to create for him to get his shot. And Porter's not the same. Porter, I've seen
Yeah.
just pull up in people's face, which not always a good shot, but you get the shot off. Like I think
Yeah.
we need a higher volume of threes on our team, and I think Porter can provide that. But we
But
also
this,
got a couple guys that could mix it up into three. I think he
You
just
gotta do
would bring us
something.
to
Get some people.
another level. Yeah, that's because you see it too.
I
Like
I don't know that
if we
Michael
score
Porter
70
Jr.
points in the paint, you don't know if he's the answer, but like you
This
see
You
it
gotta
just
do
like I
something.
do. Like we
Yeah.
need more
this
shooting.
feels heavily antithetical to your point earlier about winning players and whether we should count winning as in all-star votes regarding that. Michael Porter is very much the player that you're talking about who is getting points off on one of the worst teams in the East right now. And I would be heavily cautious to buy into the propaganda that Michael Porter Jr., given a winning situation, which he was in previously, would change his habits that he has not shown to do to sort of become a winning player for the Pistons. I also find it disrespectful to Tobias Harris, who is a reliable player who
I'm
you're
going to
definitely
peace. I
gonna
don't want to hear it.
who's definitely gonna be playing basketball games late in the year versus Michael Porter Jr., who has a checkered injury report, would be generous to say. Like, the Pistons need players that are going to be on the floor late in June, and Michael Porter Jr. is not that player. I feel like trading for him would be disastrous. Now, Porter Jr. is a name that I saw, and I don't know how credible this source is, but was a name that the Lakers were monitoring. And so I guess we already know Drew's sort of idea of Michael Porter
That's not a real
Jr.
thing.
and how he fits
Michael
into
Porter Jr.
the
is
to
not
the
a
Lakers.
That's big.
He's not. He's not natural close.
Why not?
And Tobias Harris is a criminal who's stolen over $300 million from many organizations. I don't want to hear it.
Tobias Harris was very key in
Criminal.
winning that game against the Celtics a couple nights ago. I mean,
One of the most
Tobias
overpaid
Harris.
players in NBA history is Tobias Harris.
What
He
I
is-
mean,
he is playing well for the Pistons. I will
he's
give
playing
him
well.
credit.
He's playing well
But-
for them right now.
But I will say that if we can get his mind right, like y'all say he needs to get his mind like into the game or whatever, Michael Porter Jr. will outplay Duncan Robinson and Tobias Harris. If you switch Tobias Harris to the Brooklyn Nets or Duncan Robinson to the Brooklyn Nets, they're not putting up the numbers that Michael Porter's putting up. So the talent
I
over
would
those two,
say
at this
Tobias
point-
Harris would definitely put up those points on the Brooklyn Nets.
Nah, he's
I would
good.
definitely
He's
say
good,
that.
but
I
I'm
would
not seeing
definitely.
it. I'm not seeing it. I don't know. Duncan Robinson's definitely not, though. And that's the person I started to talk about from the start. Robinson's not putting up those points because he can't get a shot off. Tobias Harris is better at getting his shot off, but I don't think at the same volume as Michael Porter Jr. this late in his career.
He's
Because I
also
don't
just
think
a
It's a
much
bias.
more
the athle-
reliable player
the
now.
athleticism isn't there anymore.
He's
But
essentially
Tobias,
a
like
catch
in
and shoot
his
guy.
yeah, Tobias in his role on our team is great though. Like he's been great for us. But I think Michael Porter Jr., if we get him playing the way the rest of the Pistons are playing, will be better.
Yeah,
And
Tobias Harris
I
is
also think like we don't have a lot of players that I think are just like taking up space, but we have a couple players that I'm like, okay, they're not really making a huge impact. So it's like, okay, if we can trade them and get somebody that'll help us out a little bit, then why not? So
I'm glad.
we'll
I'm glad
see.
we
We'll see.
disagree
We're
on.
still
I'm
we're
glad.
still
I'm
number
glad we
one
dis.
though in the
I'm
East.
glad we
We're still number
disagree
one,
on
so I'm
this.
happy.
Honestly, I do. I'm
Yeah.
glad we disagree on this because I feel like, and this is also to your point earlier about bad players on bad teams, good players on bad teams, whatever. I don't think Michael Porter Jr. would make the Pacers a good team right now. Like, so I just don't feel like his
he's not making any
inflated
team a good
stats.
team.
That's what I'm saying though. So like this isn't. He's not like the missing piece right now. He was on a very good team, and they got rid of him and got better. So
You're not hearing. Dre said that he can change him. Like he can change him. That's what it
Yeah.
is. He thinks that
It's
if he
the
goes to the Pistons, they can
the
get
co-
him to play
yeah
defense.
currently
FYI.
the culture on the Pistons is everybody defends, everybody runs. Like Drew will tell you, the second unit,
Yeah,
like they're dogs. They literally just defend. They don't care about scoring.
and I
But
think it's about
the thing
the
that we
GM
are the thing
picking the
that
right
we
guy.
are missing, yeah, but the thing that we are missing is some elite shooting that we're currently getting from Duncan Robinson. But like if you look at plus minus and things like that, Duncan Robinson's also giving up points on the other end because like I don't know, they say you can't guard a coffin. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's just so yeah.
yeah. The guy on Cleveland that used to be on Miami, that's the kind of guy you need. That used to be on Miami. What's his name? The guard. He was just like Duncan Robinson. He was there with Duncan Robinson.
Max Struess.
Yeah, Struess. Somebody
But
like
you think we
Yeah.
need Struce?
Somebody like that is what
I
you need.
don't I don't hate
He's a
Struce.
try guy
I
and he
didn't
can.
I didn't love him. I don't hate Struce. I didn't love him. I don't know.
You want somebody that will try on defense. At least try. You don't need someone who's
But that's
great.
it. But
Who's
that's
gonna
the thing. That's what
try.
Duncan does. That's what Duncan does. Duncan tries.
And
Like
I'm good with
he don't
Duncan. You
not
want to
try.
trade him. You know what I'm saying?
He just don't have. he
I'm good with
just
Duncan. You
don't.
want to trade
He
him. You
just
want to
don't
give
have
me
the
Duncan.
athleticism. He just don't have the athleticism. Jumps for pump fakes. Like he's just.
I think you
And the
can
thing
do
is,
it with all.
I like Duncan Robinson. I'm just
Don't
looking for
sleep on him.
options. I do like Duncan Robinson as a player, but I see him on the other end, and I'm like, God dang, bro!
Just
Like
like these.
this is the reason that you can't that you can't start or play all the time is because on the other end it's scary, bro. It looks scary.
Yep. So,
But yeah, here I am.
we want to talk about Cat, or we want to move on to standings and end it off.
Um, we can briefly talk about Cat. I don't really think this is much to do about anything, but obviously there was some reporting about friction in the locker room, especially between there was a story that was saying that Mike Brown intended to change the offense to make it more democratic, and Cat was on board with that, and Jalen Brunson didn't hold up his end of the bargain, and his usage has never been higher, and players are sort of not divided. People hate Cat and they are on Brunson's side is what the reporting would suggest. But I don't think the Knicks, with where they are right now, are. I mean, they're still should be favored in the East. I feel like they should be favored to win the East. Quite honestly, but with where they are right now and the Eastern Conference.
You think they should be favored to win it?
Win the
I
East.
think even just me being a Pistons fan here, I think they got the most talented team in the East. Like when you look at like their starting five at
I would
least.
Yeah.
say that they
But
have a structural problem with
yeah, that's the
Brunson
thing. Like
and Cat, and I don't see any evidence that those two players together can win a championship.
Can
The
work,
two
yeah.
best players can't defend. I don't see how they have the structure to win a championship or to win the East. But
I mean, who's
Talent
taking
wise,
it
I
over
think
them?
Pistons over that.
talent wise, I think they have the best roster, like at least starting five. But I also think that last year the Pistons could have knocked them off if we were healthy. So
It's another thing.
like,
Yeah, there was a
yeah,
couple things that happened as well that helped the Knicks win.
I can give y'all the
yeah,
live odds right
oh
now
yeah.
because I feel like I said this and y'all made me feel like I was crazy. But I mean, the Knicks are currently favored to win the Eastern Conference. So it's the
Yeah.
Knicks, it's the Pistons, it's the Celtics.
Oh, you suckers! It's gambling. They
Yeah,
know
it's
what they're
just
doing. They know what they're
it's
doing.
just it's
I
just
mean, but
talent. They hope they can figure it
And
out because
history.
like
they
I
were in
don't
the
know.
Eastern Conference last year. I mean,
Because we
they were
know why
like
this
a
is
couple of
history.
miracle shots from Halliburton away from being in the finals too.
Reese.
A Pacers team that we don't think is really good and made a run, but
I
like
don't know about we, but yeah, I
I
think they
mean,
proved
people
themselves.
people on here said that if they had a 30-point scorer, they'd still be bad. So, I mean, the Knicks, the East, we can all agree that the East is not strong, and it wouldn't be like surprising that the Knicks win the Eastern Conference.
I surprised
But
me.
like, exactly. So I mean, like,
I
I
was
don't think
patient.
that in regards to Cat being traded, that their current situation would make them press the red button right now. I mean, I want to say third in the East right now. Like
Yeah,
they're in good position. So that's all I have to say about Cat. I mean that he's not a player that I particularly like. And it'd be hilarious if he got traded again so soon. But I mean, this is the NBA today, honestly. Like players are this is going to happen a lot with players like of that caliber that aren't the top of the line guys that you can definitely win a championship with.
yeah. Is he good enough to be your number two, your second best player on a championship team? I don't know that that's the case.
Like one team that he was on already said no. So it's like, yeah, obviously the Knicks are maybe reconsidering what they bought into.
Again,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to this. I don't see. There's no evidence that your two best players, one of them has to be able to defend. There's no
Yeah,
evidence
that's
that you can win a championship when
I have
you're just your two best players can't defend. There's
I
no
have the
evidence.
same feeling about that. I think the Knicks roster is strong. Like OG's getting better. Like we know what I was about to say Bridges, but is it Bridges? Is it who am I talking about? Their small forward.
Yeah, you're talking
Am I
about
tripping? It is
Miles.
Bridges. Okay. No,
Mikal.
not Miles. It's
Mikal.
Mikel. It's Mikel. It's just a
One of
different Bridges.
those. Yeah, we know.
I was thinking of the one from Orange. But I'm like, yeah, their roster's crazy. And Brunson, I think, and Drew corrected me, and he's probably right, but I was like, Brunson's like the best one-on-one player in the league. He said it was Luka, but like arguably, like Brunson's
For
crazy
sure.
one-on-one. So he's so if you look at that roster, it's strong. And then Mitchell Robinson is a difference maker on the boards, whether people
Josh Hart.
like it or not. He's ridiculous. They got Josh Hart too. So like their roster's strong, but yeah, it's like Drew said, like you get Brunson and Cat in a pick and roll, and you're just like, all right, cool, like we good. You don't have to run anything else because
Yeah.
you're gonna create chaos, and they're not gonna be able to defend you no matter
It
how
doesn't matter what they do
great
in
their
the
other
start
wing players are. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you're gonna get
because
a good
they
shot.
both are weak. So you can try. They
Yeah,
can trap. They can hedge. They
it
can
doesn't
switch.
matter.
They
You're
can
going
drop.
by
It
both
doesn't
of
matter
them.
what
So yeah.
decision they make in that action. It's wrong.
So yeah. So that's not so for Cat to be the number two or number one option. Like the rest of the players around him got to be able to defend, and it's the same thing with Brunson. So that's the Knicks' dilemma right now. Is like your two best players, like you said, offensively, they're not great defenders. So it's always going to be a struggle on the other end. Like you call Carmelo, I'll see you on the other end.
Yeah, that was Allen Iverson's biggest thing. He was like, "Yeah, you might score on me,
Us.
but you gotta guard me on the other end." And
Yeah.
that works in the
My
regular
God.
season, but in the playoffs, that gets exposed, and we've seen it over and over and over again. All right, so standings.
I think
Yeah.
this is I think this is and I'm sorry to interrupt, but we're doing
You're
this
good.
in real time. But the Knicks are currently dog walking the Nets by a score of 104-56 right now.
Yeah, the Nets suck.
I would and I would say Michael Porter Jr., who is a strong -26 right now, might be the best one right there on the team. He's putting up an effort, but this is belt to Heine right now.
Yeah, the Nets suck, bro.
Yeah, they're tanking. But
let's go to standings.
all right, so we got Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, Raptors, Sixers, Magic, and Cavs and Heat 1 through 8. In the East and in the West, Thunder, Spurs, Nuggets, Rockets, Lakers, Suns, Timberwolves, and Warriors. In the West, any surprises, any shocks there? I don't have anything shocking that I've seen from either side. Besides, I thought Houston would be better, but I'm glad that they're not.
Really?
With the rest of us.
I feel like Houston is right where they need to be. Like, obviously, adding KD was a big boon for them, but this was an incredibly young team. They were also like very bad not too long ago, and this is just kind of where they're at. Like they've had a lot of top 5 draft picks. God bless them, but like those aren't the names that have gotten to them where they are now. I mean, Şengün is probably their best young player, and he was he's their best young player, and he was like the 15th pick. Their best player. He was the 15th pick. He's their best player. Okay. KD's having a hell of a season. He's gonna be an all-star for sure again. And could be in all NBA conversations depending on what people get shaken out of the 65 game rule.
Yeah, but the West, yeah.
The West, all NBA is all NBA, so it's like it's East West whatever. But I mean, they're 4th in the West right now. I mean, it's a good spot for them to be, especially the teams in front of them. I wouldn't say that they're like better than any of those teams, the Nuggets, Spurs, or Thunder.
So what I was saying is that I thought they would be better. They were a number 2 seed last year, and they're with the rest of us.
Yeah, but I felt like that, and it was so close together though in the West last year. They weren't a real 2 seed, like it was down to the last day. It was game 82 where they got that 2 seed. Like they weren't the 2 seed with a stamp.
Yeah, and they could still be the 2 seed this year, for sure. But I figured that they would be better, and they pretty much have been the same as they were last year.
Yeah, I mean they're on pace for 50 wins again, So I don't think it's like a tremendous disappointment, but I think they're right where they need to be. I mean, the West is a bloodbath. I mean, the Timberwolves being in the 7th right now is probably honestly the most surprising is the Suns being 6th right now.
It's the Spurs being the number 2. Who
You
had
think
the Spurs being this good? Year what? 2 of Wemby? Is it year 2 of Wemby? Or
year 2 or 3? 3 of Wemby. 3 of Wemby.
Per year, basically, right?
Year 3 of Wemby. I think I want to believe.
So the Spurs have to be the shock. I have no idea how they've been able this because I don't believe in their talent.
What?
They still have been they've been a lot better. I guess the trade for what's his name
Fox
really worked out.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I always be forgetting that Fox is there. I thought that they were a couple pieces away from being legitimate contenders, but and I don't know that they are with OKC. I don't know that there are any contenders in the NBA this year.
Well, hold on now, because the Thunder got their get back, but they whooped on the Thunder 3 straight times in games that really mattered to people involved in those games. So, I would say it would be shocking to see where they are maybe a month ago, but now that we're halfway into the season, the Spurs are legit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if we're saying beginning of the season, then this is a shock for sure. I would say the Suns are probably a bigger shock to me because this is a team that just lost Kevin Durant and they got better. So, and they're a team that they have pieces that I don't believe in necessarily. With the Spurs, it's like I like Castle. I really like Dylan Harper, even though he's not had a great season. They've got veterans on there, but Wemby's a guy. Wemby's the guy. And even on a minutes restriction, he played 26 minutes the other night and he put up 33 points. I mean, he's dominant on both ends of the floor. His blocks are way down this year because people are like, we're not going to go in the paint anymore. Like that's just it. So it's like his impact is crazy on both sides of the floor. And his 3-point, volume is way down, and I think that's made him much more efficient as a scorer. So honestly, the Spurs are a Wemby story as much as anything, but they're young players. They're an incredibly young team who got a lot of blue chip talent.
Yeah. Yes. They have outperformed tremendously. Clearly, they have a legit coach, and their young players are really performing really, really well, and they defend
Similar to the Pistons.
Exactly.
Winning culture. Winning culture.
Right, and that's
Winning
another
culture
shock.
just brought it back. Yeah.
The Pistons being this good though is a shock to me. I did not expect them to take that kind of leap.
I would say the Pistons are a bigger shock than the Spurs thing, because the Spurs have gotten, they've gotten a lot of incredible lottery luck, but yeah, they have a lot of great young players. Like the Pistons, they've got Cade, and they have Jaden Ivey, and they have Jalen Duren, but none of the they've got a Thompson twin. Yeah, but but they're still, a credible young player who's going to play a lot of minutes and is at very least a rotation player, which is good for any.
And we can
team.
explain away it though. Like there's a reason why and other teams have completely, like the Pacers, their best player tore his ACL in the finals, or Achilles in the finals.
I just don't think they should be.
Jason Tatum got injured. Like the multiple players lost some of their best players. They're there, so there is a reason as to why they are number one in the East. It's not other teams like completely lost.
Yeah, but if Jason Tatum's back, they're number 2 in the East.
Cleveland, same thing with Cleveland. Injuries, they would be a lot better record if it wasn't for injuries.
I think it's injuries and also low key bad vibes
as well.
Bad vibes for Cleveland.
They got bad vibes in Cleveland.
Yeah, honestly,
Too
like
cold.
a team like that's gotten kicked in the ass, like in the playoffs the past couple of years. Like, I don't know how you continue to buy into the program. Now, Kenny Atkinson is a newer coach for them, and they played great for him last year, but the end result was the same. They got absolutely trounced.
Yeah, they got injuries. The injuries destroyed their season last year.
Yeah, but
Garland.
This happens to the same couple of players, though. Like, this is who they are at this point.
Yeah, but they can't accept that. You can't just accept that Evan Mobley is just not going to be available. Or DeAndre Hunter is not going to be available. You can't just accept that. You got to be like, they're going to be better this year. They're going to be in the, and they got Lonzo now, so they got.
It is surprising where they are, and they're in a dangerous spot if they're still in that bottom, in those bottom 4 spots in the East for a play-in game. Like, are these guys going to get up in the first round to face the Celtics with Jason Tatum back? Like, it's going to be a depressing end to the season again.
I think they'll get to 3-4 by the end of the season. I think they'll get. All right, I believe in Donovan.
I wouldn't put money on it, but I mean,
I believe
from your lips to God's ears.
Yeah, I believe in Donovan for sure. All right, any last thoughts? I don't have anything to add about my Lakers. I'm very, very thankful, that the Lakers are better than I expected them to be. But we have structural issues. We're not serious contenders this year. But we got Luka. We turned Anthony Davis into Luka Doncic. I'm okay. I'll be all right.
Through Luka, all things are possible.
I'll be all right. In the next 5 years, we're gonna win 1 championship. I believe it because we have Luka. Players that great, they win at least 1 eventually. So I think I'm fine. I'm not on the LeBron timeline. This is super inconvenient for LeBron that we're in this rebuilding phase. But I'm a Laker fan. I'm not a LeBron only fan. That didn't even sound right. Anyway.
What did you just say? Say what? Yeah. I gotta hop off, man. I gotta hop off after that. I've heard enough.
Yeah, let's call it.
All right, Juice. All right, Juice. All right,
All
man.
right, man. It's been
All right,
fun,
we
man.
out.
It's been fun.
We out. We out.
All right, one.
All
All
right.
right, guys.
All right. All right.
Peace.